and welcome to Janette's TV podcast. I'm your host, Janette Burke, live on location at Cinestarz, the new movie theater experience from Quebec. We're here compliments of Melissa DiMarco, who's having her red carpet event now because she's going to be their new host, pre-show host. Now, we've had some incredible interviews with some incredible Canadian talent, and we can't wait for you to see it all. So please stay with us. I'm standing here with Trish
Stratus. That's right, yeah.
And you are an ex-wrestler from the Women's WWE Wrestling. You were on Canada's Got Talent as a judge, and you were actually a host too before that, right?
Yeah.
And you've just done so many things. But people don't maybe realize that before you went into the ring, you actually almost became a doctor.
Oh my gosh, that is true. How did you know that? You dug up some information on me.
Yes, I did some homework today.
I was a little bit like, what's the word? A nerd, keener. I mean, I was focused. I wanted to be a doctor. That was my main goal since I was a kid, like very, very young. And then, York University, I went to York University in Toronto. They went on strike. And I just say like a bunch of opportunities came my way, which I would have never considered. There were modeling opportunities. I wouldn't have considered it if school wasn't on strike because that was my focus. But, sometimes one door opens, another one closes, and that's what we did. So
and it could have been God's plan, right?
That's right. Well, it's funny because with my fitness career and the WWE, we just touch so many people around the world. And so it's really interesting how people, how they touch their lives, And they'll say, so if you think about it, I could only talk to maybe 10 people in an office a night, right, in the doctor's office. But if you think about how much people we touch worldwide, it's pretty special.
All right, so some really key quick questions.
Yes.
First of all, you were in a ring as a woman. How is that? What are some of the challenges you had to face and overcome as a woman? And how is it different from the male counterparts that you know from wrestling?
Well, I think you're touching on the hardest part. We knew we could offer the same as the males, but the audience and backstage, the production, they didn't realize, they weren't thinking that we could do the same as the males. But we knew, the women knew we could. And so once we got a chance to kind of show them what we could do, that we could entertain the fans, we could engage the fans, and we could do just like, athletically engage as well, we were able to sort of like change the demographic, and suddenly we saw more women watching, and then it became like a women empowerment thing. So to be a female making it a male-dominated world, and really we had to really scream in order for them to hear us, but they did eventually. And I can say today, the landscape is so different. And, in fact, my 20th anniversary is coming up for the first time women main evented. And it was an epic thing. But it was 20 years ago. Now, women main event all the time. So we've come a long way.
Now, but your character was based on being very sexualized in her storylines. Did that bother you?
No, it was sort of like, I knew I was playing a character. That was the first thing. So as an actress, we played a certain character. But I knew that that's what the expectations were from the audience. But then my mind was sort of like, let me grab your attention now. So now I've got you, but then I can show you another side of me. And so that's what I did. I kind of played my role, but then I used that opportunity to show my wrestling side, show my athleticism, things like that. And the more we could show that, the character itself evolved. It was kind of a cool opportunity.
So what is the message you want to give for women?
For women is be authentic, be yourself. And, I think don't look at one thing we look in wrestling, it's like we used to be like, this is the girls match in the wrestling, card. Now we're like, this is the fourth match in the card. So we don't want to be gender specific. You know what I mean? At that point, we're just like, we are contributing as the men are contributing. And so know your value, know your worth, and just stick with it.
And in terms of health and wellness, because you are obviously fit and you teach all this, what is say maybe one tip you could share for savvy women over 40 who can't get the pounds off?
Honestly, number one is hydration. People don't realize how important that is for your skin, for your body to function. We're obviously 70% water, so that's super, super important. And just consistency. I mean, I returned to the magazine cover. I haven't been on the cover of this magazine for 12 years. I got the offer and I was like, yeah, I'd love to do it. And I was like, oh my God, I am very old now. What am I going to do? But I trained my butt off. I got ready for it. Thank you. But what I learned, and so one of the questions was, what's the secret? And I said, there's not really a secret, but number one, consistency, right? I've been training for 26 years. It's not going to happen overnight. Don't compare yourself to someone who maybe has been training that much longer, has a different body type, has different genetics, lighting, etc. So it's but consistency, make it part of your lifestyle, not just a thing for the weekend out or for the trip away. It's something that in life, it's so important.
Okay, shameless promotion. What do you got going on?
Cover of Inside Fitness is dropping next week, so that'll be on the newsstands as well at my website, trishstratus.com, and I'm very, very proud of it.
Okay, well, congratulations
on
everything you do. Thanks for being with us today on Janette's TV podcast. I'm your host, Janette Burke, signing off. Please remember to like, comment, and share all our posts with your family and friends. You will find us everywhere on the TV side, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Vimeo, YouTube. Grumble, and that list goes on. For the podcast audio side, you can find us on Apple, iHeartRadio, BuzzFeed, and that list goes on. For a complete list of where to watch and listen to us, please check the links in the show notes below. And remember, you can support us in one of two ways. We have a Patreon link. That link is below. You can also order a JTV and podcast t-shirt or sweatshirt in your favorite color and size with either the logo and tagline or an inspirational saying made by me and a previous guest in a previous episode. The choice is yours. Simply pick whatever you want. Orders are conveniently sent straight to your front door and include shipping and handling. And until next time, continue to be fabulous. This is Janette Burke, your host, signing off.